All right, let's go to our predictions for the American League standings. So when we did our AL East standings predictions, you had the Yankees, Red Sox, Blue Jays, Orioles, Rays. I had Red Sox, Yankees, Blue Jays, Orioles, and Rays. And boy, did we crap the bed in certain ways because the Tampa Bay Rays surprised everybody and they are in second place instead of being in the cellar. We were 100% correct with the Blue Jays being in second place. I was very high on the Red Sox. I still believe if Rafael Devers wasn't a head case that they would be in first place, but that's neither here nor there. You were 100% correct. The Yankees are in first place. I'm an idiot, and unfortunately, we were both right that the Orioles were going to take a huge step back. Do you think the standings are going to continue the way they are? Will the Rays continue to be in second place? Can the Baltimore Orioles catch up any ground? What do you think about the AL East going forward?
I still believe the Red Sox will be a better team. I mean, they're holding on without some of their studs, without Bregman at third base. I still think their Cassis has been out, and who knows where that'll end up being. I still think the Red Sox will make up ground. I think the Rays are a solid team. If the Red Sox are a team, I don't want to get hot. I think the Devers move, and we've talked about this, I think they're a better team with the Devers move. They're not playing like it. I think overall in the clubhouse, they're a better team. They just need to be a little bit more healthy, and that bullpen locked down some games at the end of this. But I believe it might end up being Yankees, and I hope Red Sox, then Rays, Jays, Orioles. I don't see the Orioles getting out of this. I don't see the Orioles. I don't see the end of the Orioles, because they know they have to make moves, and we've never seen them make that move that they need.
And when you have a young team like the Orioles and you start off so badly, what happens in the clubhouse, David?
It's tough, man. It's tough to fight out of it in the clubhouse. You're always searching for something. You're always trying to find what's the magic button, what's the click, what's the meal we all have to eat, what's the thing we all do together. How do you fix a clubhouse? You're always searching for this thing. Sometimes what you need is just to get some older ball players in there that are a little bit more gritty, know how to win baseball games, and can motivate players. They're just so far behind. I mean, they're 12 back. And the wild card, they're behind. They're out of the wild card. They're 7 back in wild card. I mean, the A's and the White Sox are the next two behind them. When you're in that class of a team right now, you might be so far back. You're minus 77 on run differential. There's so many things that need to happen, but you have to start with some old salty vets, get in that clubhouse, rile them up a little bit, get some energy, and show these kids how to win. And you can fight and claw. And again, you still have half the season to go. We've seen things way crazier than this, and they're so talented it could happen. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they make the playoffs. I'd be more surprised if the Oriole front office actually made a move to get to the playoffs.
Yeah, that would surprise me. However, if you're a fat, ugly girl in Baltimore, find out where the players hang out afterwards, because they are desperate for a slump buster. And we know that that's how players get out of slumps. Moving on to the AL Central, probably the most surprising standings in all of baseball. We had it as the Royals, the Twins, the Tigers, Guardians, and White Sox. We both believed that would be the standings. Well, the Tigers are making us look stupid. They were the first team to get to 50 wins. They are at 53-32, a 624 winning percentage. The Twins, that we both thought would be in second place, are 4 games below 500, as usual, because they are a waste. The Guardians, that we thought would be in fourth place, surprisingly, even though they're 2 games below 500, are in second place. This is a bad division with one of the worst teams in the league, the Chicago White Sox, taking up the rear, and the Kansas City Royals, to me, are just as disappointing as the Baltimore Orioles.
I would say the Royals are less disappointing to me than the Orioles, because the Orioles won in a very good division last year and they looked in the right direction. The Royals were winning in a very poor division that a bunch of teams were just good enough to make the playoffs, and one team was so bad that everybody just feasted on the wins. You can always look around the league when there's one team that's so bad everybody else wins a lot of ball games in that division, and that's what we saw last year.
Yep.
So I'm not that far surprised that these three teams have dropped. I am more surprised about the Royals. I'm more surprised about the Orioles than I am about the Royals. Anyways, but right now the Twins are 2 losses behind being in second place. We did say they'd be in second place. They're 2 losses behind, and they're tied in the wins. It's just the Royals. I didn't think they'd be this far behind. I didn't think the Tigers would just keep growing and keep getting better and better. And really, that offense has gotten decent.
Yep.
And the pitching staff is good, and the offense is decent. It's not crazy surprising, but it is definitely surprising.
And we're talking about AL MVP before. Where's all the love for Riley Green? The dude's hitting 296 on the best team in baseball right now. Can we give this guy some love? He got 63 RBIs. He's hitting 296. He's doing his thing.
Absolutely leading the team in so many stats and home runs and RBIs and total bases. He's doing everything on the best team. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah. That is a guy that if you could bet on win, place, or show like in horse racing, I would definitely put some money on him to show at least.
It's just, is he going to have a name at the end of the year? Is it going to be name enough? And other big names are going to be, are they going to be too good? I think there's going to be other big names having great years, and they just don't know his name. It's just the media push for Pete Crow Armstrong should be for Green.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's move over to the AL West, where we believed that the Texas Rangers would run away with this division. You had the Astros in second place, followed by the Mariners, the A's, and the Angels. I had the Rangers, Mariners, Astros, A's, and Angels. I guess we're both pretty correct because we were right that the Angels, would kind of suck and they're a game behind. I am shocked that the Rangers are below 500. I thought the Athletics would be better than this. This is 34-52. I can't. How much does that playing in that stadium affect them?
You're starting to hear rumors, and that's the tough part about it. You're starting to hear rumors about how much it's affecting them. Luis Severino talked about it.
Have you seen his splits?
No,
they're ridiculous. Between home and away. While you're talking, let me see if I can get Severino splits because it's crazy.
The A's are almost on the same wins as last year. They're 69 wins last year, a 426 winning percentage, and this year they're looking at 70 or right around there, even a little bit less than that. So I don't like the splits right now. I do think this A's team is a better team than what they're showing. I think the A's will be better. The Angels have playing a lot better baseball than I was expecting, being only a game below 500. It's the Rangers that are just surprising me in this division. The Rangers being a much better team. I don't get it. They won the World Series 2 years ago, and it's just like if they've been a shell of who they were ever since. Even when you've got some guys that are just playing great baseball, Jacob deGrom 8-2, and you have these other players. Where the hell is it? What are they doing? Where they just can't win consistent baseball games. Everybody loves the Mariners. We're talking about the Mariners all the time, how fun it is the Mariners. The Mariners have one more win than the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah.
Like that, they're 43-40. I love it. I'm a Mariner through and through. But can we pump it on this team a little bit and say, guys, we need to win more games. We should be at 47 wins right now, 46. And let's make a difference, 43-40. It's great. But where are we going to go from here? Are we going to make that second half push? Are we going to make those moves that are going to push this team past the finish line again and get them back to the playoffs? Or are we going to sit back and then watch the Rangers get hot or something? Or watch the Guardians get hot? Or watch the Red Sox get hot or the Rays get hot and jump them. That's the problem. You're going to see some teams jump them if you don't get this hot. Because if I'm the Boston Red Sox and if everyone else, I know the Red Sox are going to make a move. Yeah, I know they're going to make a move. They've invested a little bit too much. They've got a little bit too much riding on this. They're not going to sell everything because Breslow will be out if he does. So they're going to make a move to try to win. The Blue Jays are going to try to make a move. The Rays will try to do something sneaky. And then the Astros will make a move. So now you're sitting back and going I'm out if I don't win.
Yeah.
If I don't win more of this, I'm already out of the playoffs. I'm barely in, right now, but I will be out very quickly if I don't make something.
And you're talking about moves that teams can make. I found the splits for Severino. You tell me if this is the kind of player that you would want on your team. Listen to these splits, David. He is 0-7 at home with a 6.79 ERA in 10 games started. He has 8 games started away. He's got a 3.23 ERA, half as much, and he's 2-2. I mean, that stadium's killing the guy.
What's crazy is it's not a giant bandbox. It's not a home run friendly, like it's not a home run all the time type of ballpark. In the evening, less home runs. It's just like Oakland. Less home runs during the evening than there is during the day. The ball will fly during the day, but you're not seeing it across the board. Maybe you are. Maybe there is definitely a effect there. But 0-7, that changes their season right there. Let's say he's 4-3. What do you say?
Well, 2-2, let's say. Let's say
even 2-2, or these 4-3.
Yeah.
So he takes care of all of his wins and losses. It all adds up. That puts him at 39 and 49. Like they're a lot better team at that point. Then we're like, okay, like all right, we see some stuff, and that's just at home. So there's some other stuff there that with the Sacramento, I'd like to look deeper into those other numbers. But
he was saying
Rangers,
that.
Come on.
He was saying that it's like playing in spring training. Like you can't get that feel of Major League Baseball when you're playing over there. And he's saying that's a problem.
Have a little goddamn drive then. Because there's a lot of other players that don't complain about spring training. Like they win teams. They make it onto teams. If it's like that, then learn how to pitch with that.
Yeah.
I don't love excuses. I don't need. Okay, he signed with Oakland, dude. You signed with Oakland. They're averaging like 12,000 people a game. Guess what? Oakland's got, or Sacramento has about 10,000 people per game. What were you expecting? Like, Oakland is not the team you sign with if you have trouble pitching in front of like a rowdy, like less crowd. He was going to pitch in front of nobody, and he's complaining about pitching in front of nobody. That's a Severino problem. He's like, oh, it feels like spring training. That sounds like it's a you problem. Because if you need to pitch in Yankee Stadium every day to be any good, that's not like there's only a couple places that are like that, bro.
You've been on some craptacular teams, specifically the Mets back in the day. They didn't have that many fans when you were playing over there.
No.
Coming in the ballpark.
Well, you learn how to pitch no matter what the situation is. If I'm pitching in my backyard or if I'm pitching Yankee Stadium, everything is the same. It has to be the same in my mind. Because if I'm not doing that, I'm not going to go out in Yankee Stadium when the pressure is highest and be comfortable, or I'm not going to go out in spring training and make a team. That's a problem with the mindset with Severino. And when you start voicing it, it's rolling downhill, and you can't necessarily stop that thing. Look at how a Scherzer, a Chris Sale, I remember I talked about Papelbon, how they prepared for games. They put on their jersey. They get mentally crazy into the game throwing a bullpen because they want everything to be exactly the same when they step on that mound. To him, it sounds like everything is different when he steps on the mound than in different situations. So spring training, he's okay with sucking. Is that the problem? Is spring training okay? You don't feel like you have to make a team anymore? You don't have to earn anything? Anyways,
you should send Luis Severino some oranges. Maybe that's what they need in that bullpen.
Maybe.
You want to explain the oranges thing to the listeners or the viewers? No, this is you. You're the orange guy.
I used to eat oranges every day. I used to eat an orange in the bullpen every game.
Yeah, every single game there was an orange over there. Maybe he just needs more vitamin C.
Maybe.